subscribe now and press the bell icon. Never miss an update.
Welcome everyone. Let's get into another OP11 leader spotlight. This time we're here to talk about Reiju, literally my favorite deck of all time. So in the OP09, she was definitely the #1 rogue deck. OP10, I think she gets a lot more consistent with the new Sanji Searcher plus the new Foxy. And OP11, she essentially gets a facelift where you get so many more new Germa cards, new tech, and you don't even need the Foxy engine at this point, which makes her so deadly. And, if you watch the channel, I love Reiju. I'm really excited about OP11. And the reason, I call her a rogue deck, or what it means to be a rogue deck, is essentially a deck that's kind of hard to fit into the meta. Reiju is not a character that's played by a lot of people, so they might not know how to counter her. Reiju also has an incredible way to build up a lot of resources using her leader ability, plus other cards like this pink Reiju. And she's always right there at top 10, very close to it. I feel like if more people played her, she would easily be top 10 in OP09, OP10. And in OP11, without a second thought, she's definitely in top 10. I think we're going to see a lot of crazy action with her. So let's sort of get into it. And, I think it's worth it, even though everyone should know what Reiju does. In case you don't, her leader ability is your turn once per turn. When one of your Dawn cards on the field is returned to your Dawn deck, draw one card. So that's one of Reiju's biggest theme of her deck, is to use any of her baby version of Germa cards to summon her bigger version. You have to do Dawn -1, which essentially means take one of your active or rested Dawn, put it back to your Dawn deck, and now you can summon more cards. So it's really important, and with that ability you can draw more cards. The first card we're going to talk about is the new Ichiji. I think having 2 of these is really great. This is a blocker, and on your opponent's attack once per turn, if you only have characters with a type that includes Germa in play, you may activate this effect. Up to one of your leaders or characters gain 1,000 during this battle, then trash 2 cards from the top of your deck. The reason why I don't run a Foxy engine is, first, you don't really need it. And the second part is, there's a few cards in here that says, hey, you can only do this if your field is only with Germa. So if you end up putting a Porsche or you put like a chopper down from the Foxy engine, it kind of messes up your gameplay. That's why we're 100% Germa, which I think is super fast, awesome. So at minimum, 2 of these is great. Next one is going to be the new Vinsmoke Judge. Activate main once per your turn. You may trash 1 card from your hand. All of your Germa 66 characters gain 1,000 power. Boom. Very powerful. If you'll notice that Germa doesn't have any big bodies like the Teach or the Shanks, so having this to get an additional 1,000, super beneficial. I don't think you need more than 1. You could run 2 if you want, and because you can easily search for this, just like the Judge down here, I think you only need 1. Next is going to be Vinsmoke Niji. I think having 2 of these is good, primarily just for the counter. Because you're losing your counters from your Foxy engine, you want to have good amount of 2k counters. So I think having 2 of these is really clutch. You don't need more than that because you have a bunch of other 2k characters as well too. So at most, I think 2 to 3 is all you need. Next is our Yanji. Because, as I said, you don't have a lot of big bodies in this deck, you're going to need a good amount of blockers to protect you from crucial plays. So having 2 of these is great. And this is another one of those characters where you need to have all Germa on the field. So if all your characters on the field have type include Germa, this character cannot be KO'd or rested by your opponent's effect. Super powerful, especially if you're going against the Bonnie or other types of removal and black decks. I think having 2 of these is good. I still like the original blocker from Yanji as well too. So I think definitely take 2 with you. If you aren't running the Green Ranger in your deck, you are missing out and you're following terrible advice. Definitely have Green Ranger. Next is going to be the next new Reiju character, 2k counter, super OP. On top of that, this is another searcher for you. If your leader has Vinsmoke family type, look at the top 5 cards of your deck, reveal up to one card that includes Germa, add it to your hand, and then place the rest of your cards in trash. I only want to have 2 of these because I don't want to trash my cards way too often. But the other good part is Reiju does play from trash. So if you use this, find what you're looking for. If you trash any big bodies, not an issue because you can easily summon them. So I think having about 2 of these is good. So with these 2 plus a Niji, you have 4 2k counters. Plus you have the 2k counter from Sora, Black Maria. So that definitely puts you in a good place. Next, this is our bread and butter. This hasn't really changed. And since, Reiju has come out, you always want to have 4 of these. You don -1, you can play up to a Germa 66 character with the name, Vinsmoke Ichiji. So you can summon the Red Ranger, this one right here, which essentially gives you rush, and you can -2k one character on the field. And on top of that, the new Red Ranger, which is hiding here somewhere. Aha, here, where I first talked about. This is another blocker, so I think your rush is definitely the best. So having 4 of these is good, plus 2 of these here. I think that's all you kind of need for your Red Ranger. And it is nice that these small Rangers can summon either a purple version or a blue version. It's not like color locked, which is great. Another one, this is your Vinsmoke Judge. You don't need 2 of these. Having 2 of these, I think just takes up too much room in your deck. Plus with Reiju, you can cycle through your deck multiple times relatively easily. So just having 1 is more than enough. And for people who aren't familiar with this card, you play it, don -1, trash 2 cards from your hand, and you can play up to 4 Germa 66 type characters with 4,000 power or less. So essentially, you can play out all your small bodies. You can play out a small Red Ranger, Pink Ranger, Green Ranger, and then a Blue Ranger as well too if you want. And this is so powerful because using this ability, if you have a relatively empty board, in one turn you can fill up your board, and next turn you can do damage. So having just 1 I think is enough. 1 and 1 Judge, you don't need more than 1 of these, so that's really good. Next is going to be Sora, still run 4 of these, primarily for the 2k counter, but on top of that, on play, assuming you have less or equal Dawn, discard 1 card from your hand, and then you can summon a 4,000 character or less, Germa card. So you use this essentially to get your baby versions out. A lot of times you'll use it for the Red Ranger, and then you get this back in your hand, summon it, summon the other big Red Ranger. So good stuff there, but primarily you're going to use her for the 2k counter. Next is going to be Niji. I really think you only need 2 of these cards in the hand. Niji is very situational. So if you look at his Blue Ranger, the vanilla one, the old one, you have 2 effects you can activate. You can only pick 1 though, you can't do both. So the first one is K up to one of your opponents with a character's a cost of 2 or less. Really great for taking out searchers and small tanks or blockers. And then the next ability is return one of your opponents with a character of 4 or less to the owner hand, especially if you're going against the blue Dofi. Almost all the cards they have is 4 cost or less. So being able to send that back to your hand, super beneficial. You don't need more than 2 of these. I think having 2 of these Blue Rangers plus these 2 right here is all you need. And because Niji is so situational, I don't think you need more than 2 baby versions of this. Next is going to be your Yanji. I used to run 2 of these in OP09 and OP10, but due to the fact that we're getting, these 2 new blockers, I think you want to jack them up to 3. 2 to 3 is what I, would recommend. These blockers have saved my life so many times, so please don't run less than 2. 2 to 3 is what I would advise. Same for these Green Ranger, this blocker right here. If you have equal to less Dawn, which you'll have most of the time, this character gets 1,000 power, so which will put him at 6,000. So I think having 2 of these, plus these 2 new blockers, is very beneficial and should give you all the blocking power you need. So if you don't run the Green Ranger, what the heck are you doing? Please pick them up. Next is going to be a Pink Ranger. Pick up 4 of these. You want to be able to consistently get this all the time. This way you can summon out the new Reiju, which is going to be a new searcher, or the original Reiju, which is a great way to build up cards in your hand. So with this Reiju, if you have equal or less Dawn on the field than your opponent, and you have 5 or less cards, draw 2 cards. So if you combine this ability plus the leader ability, a lot of times you're going to be drawing 3 cards when you play her out. And that is such a beautiful way to build up your hand size, build up your options. You're going to need it. So definitely run 4 of these. I would not run less than 4. Then we have our Black Maria. If you play any type of, Dawn -1 type of deck, you're going to notice that your Dawn deck is going to get very starved very easily. So I think having Black Maria to do a reset, essentially with her ability, you put her down, activate main, you get 5 rested Dawn, and then at the end of your turn, you remove the extra Dawns to make sure you have equal amount of Dawn as your opponent. So this way, if you're losing too many Dawns to Dawn -1, this is how you kind of get back to an equal footing. And on top of that, she has a 2K counter, which I think is super powerful. In OP 9 and 10, I would recommend running about 4 copies of her. But in OP 11, because you have all these other like, Germa tech, you want to have room for them. I would really recommend having 2 to 3 of her. I wouldn't have 4, and I wouldn't have less than 2 because she's super beneficial and has saved me so many times, just like all these other cards. She is very, very cool. Next one is like, I want to keep one of these around because this is the Searcher from OP10. If you play this card, look up to 5 cards in your deck, reveal up to a Germa card, and then place the rest in bottom of your deck in the order. You already have a lot of Searchers in this deck with the new Reiju, with your stage. I think just having 1 copy is good enough. You get the counter, and during certain situations, you pick this up, play it, look for more cards. I honestly would not do more than 1. You have plenty of Searchers already. You don't need more. And then the last 3 cards we'll talk about. The first one is Gum Gum Red Rock. There's way too many big bodies, especially with the EBO2, OP09, having the Shanks, the Blackbeard, the new Enel, and EBO2. Like, you need to be able to deal with these big bodies, and that's one of Reiju's biggest weakness. I would recommend, at minimum, running 2 Red Rocks. If you continue to find, like, having troubles with bigger bodies, add another Red Rock to this deck. I think that's what you need, and super beneficial. Next is Black Bug. I like to have one of these because you can easily search for it. And essentially, if you have equal list on, you can bottom deck an opponent's 5 cost or less. Very often, like taking care of blockers is what this is great for. So having one, super good. You can search for it, you cycle through your deck, so you'll eventually find it. And then the last one is going to be your Germa Kingdom. You want to have 4 of these. I tried it with 3, but there just wasn't enough consistency. Within your first 1 to 3 hand, you always want to find this Germa Kingdom. So I think having 4 of these is great. This deck is very experimental. I plan to do maybe like another 100 games or so. And eventually, I'll find a sweet spot. I'll probably switch some of these cards out. But definitely expect a different video in the future if I do change this deck. And with that, let's get into a couple of games and see how this actually operates. This is going to be super fun, and I'll catch you guys there. Alright guys, let's get into a fun OP11 match, with this time with Reiju versus the new Luffy. And there will always be a Luffy. I feel like every expansion pack that comes out, they have to make a Luffy leader. And I know when you bring it up, people say, oh, he's the main character, so obviously they have to keep making Luffy cards. You don't have to. Luffy has like 14 leaders already. We don't need any more. Let's get rid of this guy, see what we can pull. Boom, we'll pull that. And let's go ahead. For people who aren't familiar with this guy, you may activate this card at the start of your turn. If you have 8 or more Dawn cards on the field, look at the top 5 cards of your deck. Reveal up to 1 Straw Hat Crew type card and add it to your hand, then place the remaining cards at the bottom of your deck in any order. Fun. He also has 6k attack, 3 life. And here, let's get rid of another Yanji real quick, see what else we can pull. Do we have a Red Ranger? No, we don't have a Red Ranger yet. Let's go ahead and put this Red Ranger here. I think that would be very beneficial to us. And with that, let's do a 6k swing, get some cards out of hand. And then we can put down our Yanji, which will be good. Yep. Boom, play that. Let's just play one of our Yanjis from trash, which is good for us, and turn. I do think it makes sense for like 6k leaders to have like 3k life, because with 6k, a lot of cards in most deck, you're going to be about 5k. So you really can't do anything, with 5k. You have to add more Dawn onto it, which kind of limits the amount of plays you can make. So I think it totally makes sense. We're actually going to come in here, block this, because we don't want to take that. Boom. Again, you don't mind getting rid of your bigger bodies as Reiju, because you can easily summon them back from trash. So we're going to peek at the top 3, get rid of this because it has no counter. Wow, ridiculous. Super duper ridiculous. We could play our Red Ranger. We'll probably end up doing that. I don't know. Should I use Red Ranger? I guess I have to. I wish we had the Rush version one, but that's hiding in our deck somewhere, which is perfectly fine. And we can't attack since he's a 6k, and this is literally what I was talking about. So you may look at this and say, oh, 3 life, oh, it's so hard. But them being a 6k, attack definitely does a lot to mess up your groove for sure. So we'll come in here, use his leader activation, give him 6k. We lost a card up here, which is perfectly fine. No blockers. We'll give that. We're at 7. So that actually worked out for us. I'm happy. And he does have 7 more cards in hand, so make some fun plays here. You got the big Sanji. Not worried. Boom. Let's actually get rid of a stage card. Do some more searching. Do you have any purple? No, we don't have any purple. That's quite unfortunate. So what we can do is take this guy. Yeah, I think we'll have to do that. So deploy her, use the active ability, get rid of this card. We can summon our Red Ranger again. Put the Red Ranger down. Boom, boom, boom. And we won. Look at that. Now, I'm not too happy with this win. I think we could have done way better. So, like, this doesn't count. This is BS. But I think we would have won anyway. I was feeling really good. We have a really strong board here. Let's queue it up and see who else we can get. Guys, let's get into an OP11 game. This time it's Reiju versus Yamato. Quite interesting. We'll actually keep this. We have our stage card, so you always want that. Oh, we have 2 stage cards. Look at that. Quite nice. I love it. So go in here. We'll trash this card, and we need this Red Ranger. Perfect. Nothing more we can do. End our turn. Now, Yamato does have double attack, so you do not want to get hit early with this. If you do, you're going to lose 2 life, especially since you are a 4 life leader. Being down to 2 is not a good place to be. Trust me. Terrible place. Let's come in here, get rid of this Red Ranger, see who else we can pull. Boom. We have that, so that's actually quite nice for us. Let's do a 4K swing here. Oh, sorry, a 5K swing. Get a card out of your hand. I doubt he's going to block it. Should be an easy counter. Yep, as I suspected. Place down our Red Ranger. Pick this up. Give him -2. And he's probably going to, yep, as I suspected, block out of that. Why wouldn't you? With Yamato, like, getting one of these off is so deadly. So please, if you're ever going against her and you're like, oh, I can take 1 hit, don't take 1 hit. Try to avoid it as much as you can. Activate main. You may trash this character. Ooh, a 9K. Holy shit. Let's see. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We don't want to lose all cards in hand, so we'll actually just take this. And he has banished, so it's kind of unfortunate. We'll lose our cards. But it's okay. Which 2 did we lose? A Red Ranger? Okay, it's not too terrible. Let's hop in here and get rid of her. Let's get a 2K counter. Nice. And we do need to... This is what we're going to do. Hop in here. Get some cards in hand. Nice. We got more cards in hand. And we can also put down a blocker, which is going to be quite nice for us. So let's do a 6K swing, followed by a 7K swing. We'll probably take a life here. Or maybe some cards in hand. Yep. Go for it. With Yamato, I always want to try to get a blocker out as soon as I can, just to deal with this pesky situation where she comes with a big attack. But let's put this down. I do like the new Yanji. If you essentially have all Germa characters on the field, this character cannot be KO'd or rested by your opponent's effect. So that is actually quite OP, especially against like Bonnie or something like that. This is going to be so beneficial. I'm not running any of the Foxy engines, so I'm going to have all Germa cards. This is also annoying if your opponent has life at 3 or less. Place top card of your deck on top of your life, so you can easily build your life up. Super annoying, but we'll deal with it. I can't wait to see what type of cards Yamato is going to get with the starter deck. It's going to be like super OP. So this is an 8K swing. And what we're going to do is take this for 6. 7, 8, and then get rid of that. Boom. Good stuff. And what is Kiko is going to do? Kiko Nojo? No, I totally butchered that name. 8K swing here. Do we really want to give that up? 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we're going to block out of this actually. Boom. Don't want to lose our blocker if you don't have to. So the first step is we need to get some more cards in hand. But before that, let's trash this. See if we can find anything good. We'll take this 2K. Let's get her out. Get some more cards in our hand. Perfect. I like this hand size already. So now we can come in here, do some damage. Let's actually do 7. Should we go for life? Should we leave these around? I don't know. This is a very difficult, because these two she's gonna get life back with, so I think that's a very dangerous spot. So I should leave them around for now and see what she does. So let's do a 7k swing. Cool. We'll do a 6k swing here. And then we'll do another 7k swing there. Damn, she has no life now. Okay. So unless she kills me this turn, next turn I'm going to go in for her. Hopefully she doesn't have a blocker. If she does, do I have any Blue Rangers in here? I do have a Blue Ranger. Nice. So as long as she plays a blocker with a cost of 4 or less, I'll be just sending it back to hand. I'm glad I didn't kill these two, because if I do, she gets her life back, which is annoying. Nope. We come in here and we'll just counter out of that. She has 8 more cards in hand, so she might do something super dangerous. But let's see. Yep. Going for that attack. I feel like this should be okay, because I want to keep my life safe, so I'll let this one go. I'm not too worried. She has 6 cards in hand, so oof. She has to put down a blocker. Yep, there we go. That's what I suspected. Ooh, what's this? So place one of your... Oh, wow. So you place one of your Wano cards up there. Interesting. Okay. So she's going to come for us. She might put down another blocker too, but we'll see. If your opponent is at 3 or less life, play this card. So this trigger is also annoying, because when she takes life, she'll just play this down. Super duper annoying, but we'll play around it. We still have 2 health. We still have a blocker. So I feel like we're in a good place. Come on, baby. Do we have... We have some Red Rangers in the trash. Okay. So she wants to come in. Okay. We'll do that. We'll actually just save the Red Ranger. Sorry, you can't kill him. And then she might give the last 3 dawns to this Nami and try to do some damage to us, or put down a blocker. We'll see. I really hope I get a black bug. Be able to bottom deck this would be so useful. Come on, buddy. Yep, another blocker, as I thought. Do we have... Yep, we can actually get some more cards in hand, which will be nice. So first thing, trash this. Oh, look at that. There it is. Man, that sucks. That's what we needed, but it's okay. We'll play this down. Boom. Select a Dawn to return. Play this out. Boom. That's dead. We do have 3 left, so... What can we do here with these last 3? Let's see. 1, 2, 3. We could do that. Let's actually... Let me do a normal 5k swing, see where we end up. Yep, let's do another 5k swing here. Yep, and then we have the 7k. Is it even worth doing that? Nah, because she'll just play that. So I think the best move we can make here is simply just put down her, get some more cards in hand. Boom. That's actually quite nice. This is actually really good for us. And I'm going to end our turn here. And next turn, we're going to go in for the kill, see what we can do. So we're still at, full life. We got a full board here. And he has this annoying ability, which is going to give 3,000 power to one of our characters. Which is fine. I'm glad we still have this blocker to deal with. You don't want to get hit by this Yamato double attack, though. So that's ideally what I want to save the blocker for. If he powers up any of the other characters, we'll just take it. He also has 2 cards in hand, so not super duper concerned. Sometimes, when you're playing trading card games, it's a game of patience. We could have tried to end the game next turn, but I don't think it really would have worked out for us. I think the best thing we could have done is save it. So next turn, when we do go for life, you're going to play out this character, but it's not going to do much for us. I'm happy we got these 2 2k counters. So this is going to make it really hard for them to do anything. So you know what? We'll actually just take this. Look at that. We have 3 counters now. Perfect. I actually got the shivers a little. So we have a lot of counters in hand, and we have this. I feel like she wants to bait up my cards and then attack with Yamato to get me down to 0 life, but I mean, they know for a fact that they're kind of, you know, they're going to be a little screwed here if they don't make the right plays. If they have another blocker, it's annoying, but we'll deal with it. If they only have one blocker, next turn we're going to win. Not even a question. Yep, you got 9k. So we'll actually come in here, take the 6k blocker, boom, 8k, give up 2 of these, we're at 10. So now we have a 6k attacker for next turn. And then the other option is if he attacks with this, he's kind of screwed. So he doesn't want to attack with the blocker. I suspect one of these is going to be a blocker. If not, Yamato's playing a very, very dangerous game here. My heart's pounding a little. You know, I felt very confident at the beginning of this game, but you never know which way the winds are going to turn. So I try not to be too sure, but feeling happy. We still have another 2k counter here, plus 2k from this. Yep, she's coming in. 5, 6, 7, 8. Ooh. See, the reason why, okay, now we might actually, and we got it. Nice. That was very difficult. If he would have attacked with this, we would have been in trouble for sure. But he doesn't know we don't have another 2k counter. But next turn we would have got him. Definitely very tricky. Like if he attacked with this, we still have a life anyway. There's not much he could do. And GG. This is why I love Reiju. She has so much tech to deal with almost any situation. Would have been nice to get a red rock or a black bug, but I'm glad we won. Let's try to do another one. I want to see how, you know, what else we can do with this new OP11 deck. It's interesting not running Foxy at all, but I don't think it's needed. In OP11, I'll kind of be shocked if anyone is running Foxy. Let's do it, boys. Hey guys, let's do one more OP11 match. This time we're going against the new Nami, so it should be quite fun. I find everything fun, so. Oh, I was going to complain about this, but we do have the Reiju, so I'm not too concerned here. We'll play this down, use our ability, play this out, get 3 cards in hand. Look at this. This is a crazy looking hand. But this Nami is so annoying because essentially when I'm attacking or once per turn, you know, you may activate this effect when a life card leaves the area, draw 1 card if you have 7 or less cards in hand, so you can easily build up your deck size pretty easily. Hold on, 5, 6, 7. Let's actually do that. We need to counter out of this. I don't want to die to this yet. Boom, boom. And then when I attack her, she can trash 1 card from her hand. Leader gives 2,000 for that whole turn. So it's not even battle, it's the turn, which is like really unfortunate, but what are you gonna do? 5, 6. Let's do a 6k swing here. She's gonna use her leader ability, trash a card. And then we'll do a 7k swing after. But this Nami, I've fought against it a few times already. It's very tricky. Very, very tricky. Look, she used her 2k to negate my attack, and then she, keeps 2k for the whole turn. Really, really OP. But OP is good. This way when you beat them, you feel good about yourself. You're like, oh, they're OP. Ooh, what is this? EB02. If your leader is multicolored or have 5 or less cards, draw 2 cards. Try to build up their hand size, you know, which is cool. A 7k swing, we'll take that. 5, 6, 7. Yep, nothing we can really do. Draw. We have a Red Ranger, but we don't have any Red Rangers in trash, which is unfortunate for us. So what is the best thing we can do? We could put down this blocker. Let me actually do that. Let's go for an attack. And then we'll put down this blocker. I wish I had the baby version, but we don't. So we got to do with what we have. Yep. 2,000 rest of the turn. Perfectly fine. Put this down. End their turn. And man, this hand has not been this game so far has not been kind to us. When I don't find a stage within the first 2 hands, it's almost like every time this happens to me, I don't find stages at all. Maybe towards the end of the game, I'll find one, but it's not good. So VV wants to attack us as well. Yep, go for it, VV. Jesus. All right, we'll take that. Nice. And then we have the Nami here. Another 7, we'll take that. Not much we can do here. We still don't have a stage card. Oh my god. Let's go ahead and put this down. I think this card is very annoying, so let's bottom deck that. And then we kind of need to be at 5 cards or less, so we'll actually play this so we can get 3 cards. Look at that. We finally get a freaking stage. Ridiculous. So we come in here, we'll get rid of one of these red rocks, see what else we can pull. Boom, for next turn, that's good for us. Let's actually come in here, take this VV out. Goodbye, buddy. Nice, we'll end our turn. So we have a good amount of cards. We're at 7 again, which is good. We got a good amount of counters as well too. Their board state is empty. If they play out a big body, we can easily red rocket, so I'm not too worried. I hope we don't have to red rocket because I would love to. Yep, I think we're going to have to. Got rid of one of our life, which is not good. 6K, we'll do a 2K counter here. Nami, you are so dangerous. She's thinking. Got rid of the Sanji. Good. We have 8 cards in hand. So the question is, what can we really do here? Let's go ahead and get rid of this. See what we can pull. We'll take this 2K counter. I think that's always good. Let's actually red rock this clown right there. And then we'll actually do a 7K swing. Get some cards out of hand. And if you notice, we really didn't get a chance too much to do Don -1 this game. So we're actually down. We're going to have 10 Don next turn. And I'm going to attack with her just because I want to be able to get a card out of hand. So even if she uses her ability or counters, the end result is she's going to lose a card in hand. So that's what we ideally want. Bigger the hand size, more counters, more options. We don't want that. I am happy that we still have this Yanji blocker here just so we need. We don't want to fall below 1 life because that'll actually put us in a dangerous place. Yep, give him 1 card, perfectly fine, end our turn. So, she is super dangerous. So next turn, I wish we had a judge or something. We could have filled our board up with more characters. We'll see if we can aim for a judge. If we can get a judge out, we can get another blocker. We can fill our board, which will be cool. And if this Nami does attack, we'll simply block it. If I'm not mistaken, she might have a rush, or actually no. I don't think she has any rush in her deck, so we should be good from not dropping below, or getting end of game here, which is good for us. But we are kind of at the end of the game, I feel. I think within the next 2 turns, if we can survive that long, either we will win or they will, but we'll see. Wow. Okay, I see. So the good part here is we have a lot of counters in hand. So that's ultimately what we're going to do here. We gotta survive. Did she just blow up my deck? Oh, pudding. You know what? I didn't really mind it because I didn't really have anything in my hand. So it really works out for us. It would have been cool if a pudding actually gave me. So we have a 9K. We're not going to. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And that's just way too much. So we're going to take it. And the thing now we're trying to get is see if we can get a judge out. So we have a Red Ranger. We do have some blockers. No judge, unfortunately, so let's actually do that. Put this down. Let's put this down. And we're gonna have to put this down as well too. And let's start going through our combos. Play her, nice. Let's get a blocker out. I think this one will be good for us. And let's get the Red Ranger out, which is very beneficial. Who we want to minus. Didn't really do anything here. And then, is there anything else that we want to do here? No, let's go in for a 7K swing. And then we can use these last two to do another 7K swings. We do have a good amount of counters in hand. So we'll definitely survive into next turn, I think. She's going to use her ability, no doubt about that. She actually did not use her leader ability. I'm actually really surprised. Let's do a 5K swing here. And then we'll end with a 7K swing. Yep, she got her leader ability. I don't know why she didn't do that initially, but let's do a 7K swing. This teach is definitely annoying. You place one card to the top of your deck and attach to Rested Dawn. Super duper annoying. Let's end our turn here. So we have 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. We have 8K in counter. We also have a Yanji blocker. So I think we should be at a good place. Assuming she doesn't put down whatchamacallit blocker. Next turn we might be able to do something good here. No, we're not gonna give that to you. Bum. She's just trying to bait out all my counters, plus get the blocker out. So very, very tricky. If she has another one of these, I could spell a little doom for us. But I'm not losing hope yet. I think we might be able to pull something out. She plays a Sanji, plays something else. This Sanji has been... Oh, and we actually won. Holy shit. Could we... Yeah, I think we would have beat her. She has only 3K. We have all these counter and boom. Nami, you played a good game. Unfortunately, you lost. And this Nami, I'm telling you, she's going to be in top 10. Reiju, definitely top 10. But this Nami is also going to be top 10. Very annoying to deal with. Well, GG guys. That was another fun Reiju game. I'm still experimenting with this deck, so definitely expect more games in the future for sure. And with that, I will see you guys later.